Fox projecting a sizable win for Hillary Clinton in Puerto Rico's primary today. The New York senator expected to get the lion's share of the island Commonwealth's 55 delegates, but not enough to put a big dent in Barack Obama's delegate lead. Again, we're waiting for Senator Hillary Clinton to give her victory speech in San Juan. So what are we learning about Clinton's sizable win in Puerto Rico, and what does it mean for the overall race? With us now, our panel for analysis, Associate Editor of The Hill, A.B. Stoddard, Democratic strategist Benard Whitman, and Republican pollster and strategist Chris Wilson. Thank you all for being here. Benard, let's start with you. The Hillary Clinton campaign says they really want to get to the popular vote number. In fact, they're running a new ad that says 17 million Americans have voted for Hillary Clinton, more than any primary candidate in history. And everyone's trying to get her out. 17 million people say don't. What about this popular vote going after this? It's not really how Democrats decide who wins the nomination.
Well, Brett, it's all true, and unfortunately, it doesn't mean a whole lot. Hillary Clinton's victory in Puerto Rico, while sizable, unfortunately lacks meaning. And unfortunately, it is too little, too late for the Clinton campaign. I think it's very clear that Barack Obama is going to be our nominee. I think Hillary will get out of the race next week once the final primaries have come in. I think ultimately she'll endorse Barack. The Democrats will unify and will go strong into the November election. But insofar as the Clinton campaign, I think the end of the road has come.
And you're saying that that happens this week? She endorses Barack?
I think that there is a very good likelihood that after the June 3rd primaries, within a few days or maybe 5, 6 days after that, she will come out and endorse Barack.
A.B., what does Hillary Clinton want?
Well, I think that she really wants we might see it as a hollow victory, this victory today, but I think that she's working hard in the final contest because she does want this kind of moral victory. I don't know what she'll ask for in terms of a spot on the ticket or a job in the cabinet or anything like that. None of us really know. She hasn't given any indication. But what's interesting is, you know, when you take an advertisement out to let the voters know about your popular vote count, you have to wonder about this. She's not any longer telling the superdelegates, you know, you have to listen to my popular vote argument. She wants everyone to know. She wants there to be a record that shows at the end how strongly she finished up and how well she did. That leaves the possibility, I think, that she tries to come back again in a few years.
Chris, with the DNC decision yesterday, the magic number is now 2,118 delegates. And again, Barack Obama inching closer to this. With this popular vote argument, the Clinton campaign is saying they want to convince superdelegates. There's some 219 left. She would have to get 90% or more of them to come with her. It's just not realistic.
It's probably not in that facet, but there is a chance that some of them could switch and move back over to Clinton, and that's what she's hoping for here. It does give her, this victory today does have some meaning, because it gives her the moral authority to, at the end of this process, to say, I should have been the nominee. It also gives a little bit of what I would call the I told you so strategy, which I think the Clinton campaign is starting to practice, which is at the end of the day, because you look at some of the weaknesses that are being developed around Obama, and it gets back to some of the specific controversies that continue to plague him. Reverend Wright, now this week's new one coming from his church that he resigned from yesterday. The ability to, after this is all said and done, should Obama lose, for Clinton to say, I told you so, I should have been the nominee, now give it to me in 2012 and let's get on from this.
Bernard, do you want to
I tell you, Brett, nothing gets Democrats more united than being out of the White House for 8 years. And I think that though we've had a bruising primary fight, you're going to see Hillary Clinton come out in strong support of Barack Obama. You're going to see Democrats unify and draw a very clear contrast between John McCain and Barack Obama. And I think that come the fall, this party is going to be unified, very powerful, and likely victorious.
A.B., quickly, as we continue to watch the intro speakers here for Senator Clinton's victory speech, what do you expect her to say today? And do you think the Clinton campaign is really staying in case there's a bombshell, in case there's something else that we haven't heard about Barack Obama?
Well, I mean, I think they have been staying in. Look, we knew the math was something she couldn't catch up to. At the end of February, before Texas and Ohio, we said that the measures by which she'd have to succeed were insurmountable, and indeed she could not overcome his pledged delegate lead. I think that it is clear she's been staying in this whole time in case something happened. But I still think that I agree there is a possibility that she does get out this week, and I don't see her going to the convention.
Chris, what's she going to say today?
I think she's going to point out that she has now received more popular votes. She's going to try and speak to the superdelegates and say, look, I can actually win Hispanics, and that's a big part of this. And right now, McCain is doing as well with Hispanics as Bush did in 2004. Bush lost them in 2000 by 27 points, only lost them by 7 in 2004. That's where McCain is now. Clinton does much better in some of these swing states. And I think that's the message she's going to try and do. This speech today is going to be to the superdelegates, saying, look, I can win the general election, Barack Obama cannot, and that's what she's trying to get across.
Chris, A.B., Benard, thanks so much for being here. Great panel.